The TikTok TradWife Epidemic by Shoe on Head. Let's get into it.
Women. What are women? No, Matt Walsh, down, no, get back.
Poor Matt Walsh. What are women, chat? What are women? Good question. I don't know. Beings from another world.
Back in your cage, get back in your cage. Depending on who you ask, women are strong, independent, beautiful angels who can do no wrong, or evil, ungrateful. Not me though. I'm not like other girls.
I'm not like other girls, true.
Today we are taking a break from my seemingly never-ending research into the male question, and we are talking about women. In my video, What Happened to Men, I talk about femboys. And in this video, I'm talking about TikTok tradwives.
The TikTok tradwives, true and real. I want the tradwife as well. I'm kidding. That would be too much. I've never seen a shoe on her head. False advertising. Should actually just post the picture of her having a shoe on her head. Wombons are aliens. True, they are scary thingies.
The term tradwife is trending online, fueled by a TikTok influencer who uses the term to refer to herself and how she sees her role in her marriage.
This isn't just about personal choice or individual preferences, it's advancing a right-wing political ideology and dressing it up as a lifestyle.
Now before we
What happened to women? That's a good question. Dante says femboys are chill. I've talked to a few online. They seem okay. They seem chill. I even defended a femboy, so I can't complain. They're pretty normal, actually, in the head. And a lot of them are actually quite based.
Hop into our shiny armor to defend Milady, let's get into today's sponsor. You tired of this happening to you? Introducing Ridge. Ridge wallets are high-quality aluminum wallets that can hold up to 12 cards, plus that fat stack of cash you're gonna take out of your bank before it collapses. Ridge wallets are made with RFID blocking technology, which protects you. And thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. Now let's get back
I got caught in 4K.
to the video. Oh, happy belated International Women's Day, everybody. Happy Women's History Month, in fact. I didn't even know it was Women's History Month until I saw this commercial from Hershey's.
My name is Faye Johnstone. I'm the Executive Director of Wisdom to Action. We can create a world where everyone is able to live in public space as they're honest and authentic.
Because they are men. Real men. Unafraid men. Okay, that's enough. True. This is also, you know,
Authentic selves. See the women changing how we see the future at Hershey's Canada.
And ask it, but I see how it is. Is it just me, or do I find it weird that trans women are making ads actually focused on biological women? Maybe it's just me.
Is that really the representation we want for women? Cookies and cream? Disgusting. The other day, this video of TikTok influencer SD Williams absolutely blew up on Twitter.
Why am I scared that she has an OF? Who the fuck is going to buy chocolate bars with pronouns? True! Who would buy that? Who would buy that? Not me. Not most women, probably.
SD is one of many in the new growing movement of TikTok tradwives. Women who quit their jobs and decide to be stay-at-home girlfriends, wives, or mothers, dedicating their time to domestic chores like cooking, cleaning, and taking care of their family. As soon as I saw this video of SD Williams, I was seething with jealousy. This woman looks like she jumped right out of a 50s Coca-Cola ad. She looks beautiful,
like Cadbury's. I'm jealous of the men. I'm jealous of the men! Where's my trad wife?
confident, happy, everything the internet hates. So I defended the femboys, and today I'm going to be defending the TikTok tradwives. Both are very different things, but also kind of similar at the same time. Both are exaggerations of femininity and are seen as rebelling against society, depending on where you stand. Depending on which party you vote for, the red satanic pedophiles or the blue satanic pedophiles.
True. At this point, you just pick the less evil satanic pedophiles.
Now, I happen to support both the femboys and the tradwives. Real controversial stuff happening on this channel, folks. Subscribe for more hot takes like, is mayonnaise too spicy? I think it's cool when people do whatever.
Who considers mayonnaise spicy? Who does that? Who are you? Yeah, so this tradwife is probably fake. Didn't she just make a career out of acting like a tradwife for views? Could be. I don't know, like, that movement exists, but, like, not too much about it.
They want, despite how much hate is thrown at them. And wow, was there a lot of hate thrown at this woman. Turns out it's all women can choose to do whatever they want, until a woman chooses to do whatever she wants. Over the past few months, there have been dozens of articles.
Yeah, but that's generally, like, how feminists act. Like, they say women can choose what they do with themselves, right? And then they see something that goes against their agenda, and then they say, not like this. Not like this. I'm gonna be a tradwife because I'm allowed to do it. Feminists, not like that. Eat it. I don't have any chips here right now.
On the growing epidemic of TikTok tradwives, calling them classist, racist, heteronormative, disturbing videos featuring cis white women. Oh no, not.
I never understood the concept of the word heteronormative. Yes. Straight people is the normal. Is the norm. Who would have guessed? That's how nature designed us. No shit. Cause if it wasn't normal, then we wouldn't be here. You gotta become the most convincing grifter is all. Yeah, true. I found it also funny how a lot of, like, these people who are, like, anti-woke and stuff are just using that because they know it makes you grow pretty quickly. I like mayonnaise on sandwiches, but never tried chips. Is there a specific type of chips they're good on? Like I said, I got no idea. I only put, like, mayonnaise on fries and stuff. Me neither, heteronormative. It's like these words make no sense. They're just gibberish. Also, how is being a stay-at-home mom racist? What are we in the yeah, the wokies were the anti-wokies, yeah. It's like, how? This is just gibberish. This is just word salad. This makes no sense.
Cis white women. Articles calling the women insecure, telling them to just do BDSM instead. Articles saying they have no problem with their individual choices. But if this is the age of the tradwife, then I'm ready to die alone.
Then die. What do you want me to do, argue with you? I'm not on the debate team. This isn't mock trial.
The articles about this were pretty bad.
I should argue like this. I like to I should argue like this. Then die. What do you think? I'm gonna argue. fun watching the Ackman obliterate Andy Pans and on that debate. True, true.
bad, but the comments were even worse. Imagine being so scared of chasing your own dreams you decide to sell your soul to a man. Being a slave to a man isn't being feminine, it's being a slave. Please stop glorifying this. Spending every second of your life in service to men is not something to aspire for.
Is it bad? Is it bad how that like women want to be there for their family and for their men, for their children? Is that bad? Because if it is, I want to leave the planet, poof, out of existence. I think she means sexist instead of no. That was racist. That was racist. There was the word racist was there, written. I like how I like how that guy was just like, do what you will. Yeah, true.
If this is what makes her happy, that's great. Looks like she loves her life and I'm ecstatic for her. But it's not condemning housewives. But literal male fantasy cosplay, LMAO. So does her husband beat?
That's why I hate video games, because this appealed to the male fantasy. Same energy. Same energy.
And degrade her? Don't come crying to us girl bosses when your husband abuses you for dinner being cold. Stupid dumb girl who will end up with nothing when he leaves her for another one. I would love to come home from the construction site and slam her head into the fridge door for forgetting to put my beer in there. 1950.
I don't think that men in the 1950s did that. I don't even think this person was born in the 1950s to even know that. I can't spell. Raven would be proud.
Style. I would love to grab her by the hair and slam her face into the fridge. Fascist Barbie would need a lot more of that caked up makeup to cover the bruises on her face after I beat her for not having dinner ready on time. Why are they
so violent? Oh no, not the male fantasy. Why are they so violent? They sound like they killed their entire family and then some. What happened? Why are they so violent?
all so violent? These people need to be in prison. Women like this trigger a violent reaction in me. Yeah, we can tell. As far as I know, none of these women are telling people how they should live. In fact, SD Williams is doing the exact opposite.
The misconception about the TradWife movement, it's not really a movement. Nobody's pushing it. People are typically just living it and maybe showcasing their lifestyle like me. And we believe our place, specifically us as individuals, believe our purpose is to be homemakers. There are a lot of people trying to make this a sinister thing or put some other darker meaning behind the term TradWife. Nobody is doing that. We as individuals are just choosing to be homemakers. That's all.
Feminism is about personal choice. But you chose wrong, bitch.
That's the core of it. That's straight up the core of it. True. What the heck?
Is condemning traditional wives. I'm so tired of these self-proclaimed victims. No one is coming after you. It's all in your head, my sweet aggrieved whites. Inclusion of others does not mean the exclusion of you. Breathe, whitey. It's gonna be okay.
Just a little bit of racism sprinkled in there, right? Just as a topping, because, you know, we need that. Yes. People are condemning traditional wives. Because they're making it something that it's not. They're saying that you shouldn't be a mother. You should work like a man. You should act like a man. You should be like a business chick and all that stuff. Boss, babe. Yeah, this is. Nobody's outright saying, oh, I hate traditional wives, right? But society is training people in general, not just women. Society is training people into believing that taking care of a family and having a family is bad. That's why we turn men in movies into fathers in movies into bumbling idiots, and women into career women.
Name one person who is condemning traditional wives. I am. Okay, just because someone chooses to live in a
Never mind. Fine. They do outright stated. I got proven wrong. Fine.
oppressive lifestyle doesn't make it any better. Gender traditionalism is toxic, period. Doing things for the sake of gender roles or gender tradition is toxic, period. In the end, this only benefits patriarchy.
There is no patriarchy. I'm gonna straight out say it. There is no patriarchy. There is a dominator system. The one who is stronger will dominate the one that is weaker. That's how I put it. Ah, yes, racism is the perfect topping on my pizza. Give me my black olives, bitch. True, true. And yes, there are gender roles in society. There's a good reason why they exist. Now, some of the things are obviously trained on people right through society, but some things are gender differences. Some parts of those roles.
Individual choices do not exist in a vacuum. She's promoting a dangerous slavery mindset to young women. This is not real feminism. Feminism is about the emancipation of all women from the patriarchy, not just some women. Y'all are embarrassing.
Okay. Okay. Let's dissect this, okay? Let's dissect this. A woman choosing, right? Remember, a slave does not have a choice. Choosing to be a housewife, choosing to be a mother, is a dangerous slavery mindset. But she's not a slave, because she has the choice to do it. Real feminism does not mean individual choice in this case. Emancipation is just one part. It is not also not the main focus of like feminism. What the heck? What? Also, it's like really weird. It's like really weird because if we go by that, could I also argue that women should not women should not do sell themselves for sexual favors or like sell their body, because technically that's also what feminists fought for, that they are not, women are no longer sexualized, but women are sexualizing themselves. Can I so argue that this is not real feminism, because real feminism is also part of real feminism is also not women being sexualized. So they're technically also not participating in real feminism. I didn't make the rules, God did. I mean, probably, or people made the rules up in the book. I believe the Bible is true. I'm gonna say it. I believe it is true. I'm not gonna argue about that.
I love all these people like, nobody's condemning tradwives. And then there's like hundreds and hundreds of comments and articles and videos of people condemning tradwives. Tradwife until their toddler shits on them and their husband of 12 years, their senior, punches them out for not having dinner ready at 5 p.m. exactly.
Why is it violent? It doesn't even make sense, because the core of this TradWife movement, if you just break it down to the core, is a woman wanting to be a stay-at-home mom and taking care of her children. Nowhere does it state that you need to be punched. What is this? And yeah, a toddler might shit on you. A toddler might vomit on you. Guess who also has to face that problem? Women who aren't stay-at-home moms.
You realize when you hit 40, your husband is gonna start having sex with one of your teenage daughter's friends, right? You know she's getting it from Tyrone while her husband watches. Writing whole-ass fanfictions about a woman they've never met. Oh, I bet she's so miserable.
Interesting. Now I know where that pipeline comes from. Also, why do they have cuck fantasies? What are you, Destiny? Sometimes I look around and see so much pain, so I struggle to believe a god exists. I listened to a lot of I forgot his name. Shit, I forgot his name. That one preacher. I forgot it. Damn it. That like old guy, short curly hair, goes around with his son as well. I forgot it. Cliff, he explains the stuff very well, I think.
Well, I bet he beats her. Oh yeah, I bet she's cucking her husband for Tyrone. TradWife is when white blonde with big booba. Real TradWives don't have big fake tits. Stupid bitch with fake tits. Every single TradWife account is just softcore porn from women with massive tits. This is giving off OnlyFans vibes. This is a fetish. She says in the video under she chose this life, and she did. It's a choice to be this stupid. You call yourself trad and yet you have big breasts. Checkmate. This right
No body shaming unless you disagree with me. No sexualization unless you disagree with me. This is so insane. This is so stupid. Not me. I had a wife. I would create an escape hatch in my man cave so I can escape from poop duty. True. But I would love to be a father someday. I would love to be that someday. To have a little me. I was thinking of Joel Osteen for some reason. Don't know who that is. But yeah. Cliff explains these things really well. I can just like, it's weird. I can just like listen to Cliff explain stuff in the Bible. It's just really enjoyable. Cliff National, yeah, I think is that how I pronounce it? The surname? Yeah, exactly. I just love listening to that man.
right here is pure distilled coon brain. I implore you to step out of your goon cave and get some fresh air.
Wait, that was also there a year ago? I hate that word so much. Goon cave. Oh my god.
Please. Just because you find the woman hot doesn't mean it's porn. Can we stop calling this a fetish? Oh, thank God. Somebody normal. This is a well-documented white nationalist online trend. Oh, god damn it. TradWife, but she uses social media, lol. If she's such a
The core idea of being a TradWife is just being a stay-at-home mom. That is the core. The women just pick the aesthetic. You need to put the aesthetic to the side. It just means you're gonna stay at home and take care of your family. These people are idiots. Joel Osteen is a preacher as well. Okay. Jonathan Pergo is another one of has an interesting orthodox way of thinking. Yeah. I've heard that name before.
TradWife, why is she on an iPhone? If she's so traditional, why is she using a cell phone? This sounds like f***ing conservative boomers when they're like, oh, you're a socialist? How come you have an iPhone? Impossible to be a traditional wife when I'm a male. Hey, that
True. Oh, you participate in society. Curious. How dare you? You have opposing views.
is not true. It is 2023. We support trad husbands and boy wives on this channel. This would be fine if it weren't for all the whiny pick-me shit. Nobody cares if you want to cook and have big titties. Go have fun. Imagine being so insecure with your miserable life you have to do some 1950s Nazi cosplay to get
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, sure. Sure. Yes. Of course. Yeah. Stay at home mom and having using the 50s aesthetic, right? Turns you into a national socialist. What are these arguments? Where do these come from? What is this? Just genuinely.
male attention, lol. Did he pick you, sis? Pick me, pick me, pick me. Hope he picks you, queen. This pick me. All this woman has to do to get picked is exist. I don't think she needs to make a big spectacle on TikTok to get male attention when she looks like this. Be serious. And also, can we just talk about this pick me shit? Pick me is an insult people throw at women when they aren't towing whatever the current NPC line is. Some of these people calling this woman a pick me have OnlyFans in their bios. You literally
True, because they literally fail. They literally fail to be picked. What's Big Booba got to do with cooking? I don't know. I'll sexualize you if you disagree with me type of situation.
financially rely on being picked by men. If men didn't pick you, you'd be out of a job. And I'd have like 5,000 views per video.
Yeah, or you can say they are incapable to be picked, so they gotta sell their stuff online for $180 a month.
Oh, but when I do it, it's based. When you do it, it's cringe. I guarantee I can cook better than her. I can bake better bread than her, and my boobs are bigger. I just don't wear ugly dresses and I work for a living. I'm not married, and I certainly wouldn't submit to a husband if I had one.
Okay, sis. You posted your opinion. Wonderful. Do that. I wonder if at its core, it's just jealousy. Because they can do that all. They just can find the guy. So the problem is, you won't do that because you can't find a guy to marry and to submit to. It's not that you don't want to. You just can't.
Sorry, I was trying to find your fucking point. I'm actually a lot better and hotter than her, and I'm not married.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What day you want to go with that point? What is your goal?
Okay. I want her to peg me. Oh, I don't know how that one got in there. Sorry. I wish America could go back to the 50s when things were simpler. I'm secretly gay. I have polio. I'm not allowed to wear pants or go to college. I beat the shit out of my son and molested my daughter, and no one will ever do a goddamn thing about it.
Like, do they believe that the 50s were like hell? Like, do they believe it is hell?
I can't get through my day without a shit ton of drugs. Most of those things still happen today, but the being on drugs one is funny because it's like, yes, it's true, women were on a shit ton of drugs back then, but I really gotta ask, like, do you know how many people are on SSRIs? How many people require them to function every day? The shit the average woman is on nowadays would kill a 1950s housewife.
Yeah, because, like, when we look at now, And then we can say that mental illness has significantly increased among the populations. The 50s were worse than ancient Egypt. Yeah, in the 50s, you were, I don't know, married and had a roof above your head. It was so terrible. In ancient Egypt, you were thankfully be able to pull a bunch of big ass rocks for some pyramids. Very great, very awesome.
I only take my ADHD medication sometimes, but I should be on like 4 other pills I'm prescribed, but I simply do not take them because I refuse to be a walking big pharma cocktail and my mental illnesses make me funnier. I'm sorry, I gotta say it, but all she's doing is dressing cute and cooking and cleaning. Is that what trad is? Honestly, I kind of agree with this one. Oh, you didn't DoorDash McDonald's? You made some ramen noodles tonight? How trad? You clean the f***ing toilet?
Not trad, right? It's more like you have the ability to be a housewife? That's crazy. Hey man, won't be around for a bit. Might hop on later, but if not, have a great stream, Oring. He's calling me Oring. Yeah, hello, Sway. Do whatever you need to get done. It's fine. I'll survive without you. If more women go trad, then the end is nigh again. We all know dinosaurs built the pyramids. Yeah, true. The dinosaurs. No, aliens. The Nephilim built them.
How trad? You wiped your ass? Trad. I feel like millennials and zoomers have psyoped themselves to believe basic ass things like cooking food and cleaning the house are traditional. Or even more deranged, white supremacy.
I would say that obviously not cooking is traditional, right? But the idea of being a housewife, that would be technically considered traditional, because nowadays it's not that popular anymore.
TradWives, sexism as a gateway to white supremacy. A common theme among the haters of our TradWife friends is implying or even outright accusing them of covertly or overtly selling white supremacy to young women. There's nothing wrong with yearning to raise kids, bake bread, and keep a tidy home while your husband brings home the bacon. However, the most telling aspect of the TradWives hashtag is the other half of the term, wives. Women defined by their relationship to men, from the perspective of men, specifically men of the alt-right. The TradWives trend articulates not only women's roles over their choices, but also how the manosphere brings together those who feel blindsided by the feminist movement and want to teach women how to take care of their man and give birth to more white babies. This is how
I've also seen a lot of black women being traditional housewives, just like housewives, not even traditional, just housewives. Is this then also white supremacy? I'm just asking. Oh, right, this would then be internalized white supremacy, right? What is the argument here? I'm trying to find it. I can't.
How sexism functions as a gateway to white supremacy, men bonding over misogyny and rallying for the white race. So as far as I can tell, none of these TradWives mention being white or whiteness or any of that. These people are just kind of convinced that's what this is. That these homemaking lifestyle videos are actually a dog whistle, luring people into the alt-right. Like me in 2015 when I said manspreading, and then you went down the right-wing rabbit hole.
They're like the guy that makes somebody up on Twitter and then fights against this guy that does not exist. That's pretty much what this is. It's so weird. This behavior is so weird.
Behind the rise of the online TradWife movement, trad ideology doesn't just extend to the 1950s housewife videos, it also has sinister connections with right-wing extremism, experts say. There was so much of this that even SD Williams, the main character of this anime, had to come out and say this: I do not support anything like white supremacy. I don't want to be associated with anything like that. Well, too bad, bitch, the expert.
Too bad! You're white! You're a housewife! You're a white nationalist, sorry. At this point, you might as well run with it, because they believe it. Even if you say you aren't, they will still believe that you are. Yeah, everyone needs to cook. not cooking for humanity would be bad. If everybody was able to cook and have some basic like knowledge about ingredients and food, all the major big companies would go down the drain. That's just how it is. Like all those like McDonald's and all that stuff would go down the drain, or they would need to update the quality of their food. No more sashimi. Yeah, it's internal white supremacy. They always find a way to spin nonsense. Yeah, they do.
Experts are here.
It's giving blood and soil. Like, you know? I just think that if I was part of a movement that had a lot of crossover with fascists and neo-Nazis and Nazi culture, I would probably make sure that my propaganda for my lifestyle did not, like, emulate the 1920s and 30s. Just how I do stuff, though, you know.
First of all, what is this voice? I see you're happy. Do you know who else was happy? Nazi propaganda.
Maybe she's a smoker. You know, potentially. You never know. Just an idea.
This like fake apathy shit is just as performative as putting on a 1950s housewife dress and doing little cosplay on TikTok. Let's be serious for a second. Nobody doesn't care that much. And for the love of God, blend your eyeshadow. The desire to live in the 1950s ignores the reality of that decade. What's wrong with the TradWife trend is that it romanticizes a time when staying in the home and marrying a man as means for socioeconomic survival was mandatory, while women, people of color, and the LGBT community were nowhere near equal. When TradWives glorify this decade, they're glorifying a time that was actually pretty terrible for a lot of people. Oh, so you're a TradWife? Have you heard about a little thing called segregation? I don't believe any of these women want to bring back segregation or like polio.
The thing is, you can apply that idea. You can apply that idea to a lot of other things as well, right? You can apply that idea to a lot of other things as well. Technically, I could apply all the OnlyFans shit to real life prostitution. You are glorifying actual prostitution. Stop it. Like, what is this argument? You can go through a lot of things. Well, Dr. Dress, what's the different song playing in the background is fitting. Well, I cannot believe that woman is like wearing up makeup. Now she's from Cali. Fucking autocorrect. Yeah, the lovely autocorrect. It's like, what is this argument? Because if we're going by that, I couldn't drive BMW, because, you know, it might glorify World War II. What the heck?
In fact, there are a lot of black TradWives too. It's like a whole thing. Honestly, this is the most feminist I'll ever say. I believe a lot of this bullying that these TradWives are facing comes from an underlying resentment or internal resentment we have towards traditionally feminine behavior. Let me just slip into video essayist mode for a second.
What the heck happened?
Does society hate femininity? I don't know. I don't think so, but it certainly sees it as weak. You see this, of course, with a lot of the right-wing macho shit. Drinking Starbucks is feminine and therefore weak. But you also see it on the left, or at least the liberal left. Liberal Hollywood, to be exact. And it's being disguised as progressivism. We see this a lot, but the two that immediately come to my mind are Lola Bunny and the green M&M. Okay, yes, this sounds silly, but hear me out. Watching Tucker Carlson's obsession with the green M&M losing her sexy boots was hilarious, but it is kind of weird how the vice president of M&M said they changed up her boots for sneakers to signify empowerment and
I'm shocked Shu is now a TradWife. She upgraded. It's like, I mean, technically she probably is right. Because I don't think she has like she has like a regular job outside of YouTube, right? So she would just be at home making videos all the time. It's also like I agree that society has started to dislike femininity. You just need to take a look at video games and the uglification of women in video games. We look at Asian video games and women are pretty. We look at Western video games and women are actively trying to be made unattractive. I mean, you can just look at the model that was there for Star Wars Outlaws, right? You look at the main character of Star Wars Outlaws, and you look the woman that they used for that model, and you realize this isn't even the same person. The chick in Star Wars Outlaws looks like Chewbacca.
Confidence. There's also Lola Bunny losing her bunny curves. And the director of Space Jam 2 said it was because it's important to reflect the authenticity of strong, capable female characters. So why exactly is traditional femininity, whether it's female clothing or female bodies, seen as the opposite of strong and empowering? Why do women need to be masculine to be considered strong? And it's not just female clothing or female bodies that are considered weak. It's also traditional female personality traits. I'll give you 3 examples off the top of my head. From the new She-Hulk show, Jennifer Walters has arrived, and she wants nothing to do with saving the world. She's ready to be honest about life, with her newfound powers, juggling her career and dating life. To the Snow White remake. Rachel Zegler says she's bringing a modern edge to Disney's live-action Snow White. She's not going to be saved by the prince or dreaming about true love. And
big business will find new ways to make money, true. The things like, when you look at all of these and you realize that you turn women into second-class men. Because instead of saying women are have other traits, let's support those traits, let's elevate those traits, you decided, scrap that, turn them into second-class men. Because that's what it is. It is weird. I don't understand it. Because, like, you turned feminism, femininity, into femdudenism. I don't know what to call it. Men just not as good. And that's the funny part, right? Now, men over the years have performed worse and worse, right? There's less men in colleges, there's less men getting degrees, there's less men. Men are underperforming in the workplace as well, right? But generally speaking, men still perform better. But it has gone back.
And even the new Little Mermaid remake. I'm really excited for my version of the film because we've definitely changed that perspective of her just wanting to leave the ocean for a boy. It's about herself, her purpose, her freedom, her life, and what she wants.
The thing is, the people that love these stories, right? The people that like these stories, they're not gonna watch your story because they're here for the story that they grew up with. So you're pretty much just shooting yourself in the foot. Because a lot of these live-action remakes that have this messaging failed.
As women, we are amazing, we are independent, we are modern, we are everything and above. I'm glad Disney is updating some of those themes. There are dozens and dozens of other examples, but you get it. If you've been alive for the past 10 years, You get it. The seemingly unending push of the strong, independent woman who don't need no man, who focuses on herself and her career, who has no time for true love or saving the world, who cares about other people. It's called self-care, sweetie. It's no wonder people see something like this, a woman unapologetically embracing her femininity, not just in style, but in lifestyle. Embracing a lifestyle where she puts her family and her loved ones.
Now that she mentions this, it is a lot just me, me, me. Now that she mentions it, I see a pattern. This is the stories are written now very egotistical, where it's about me and my success, not about, like, maybe that's why they dislike it? Because it's putting others before themselves? Like that aspect that they dislike? Interesting.
First, above herself and above her career, it's no surprise people see that and think it's subversive. Because it is. Okay, that concludes video essay mode. I look like a drag queen. There is, of course, another side of this, the conservative side.
And who comes to save these women when the police... You mean, like, what? What are you trying to say?
Which believes that all women are just meant to be in the home, and that men should do none of the housework. Apparently.
I do not know how to operate the laundry machine. When my wife said, "Oh, could you go put the laundry in?" I have done it. I have had to ask her to guide me every step of the way. That is not something that comes naturally to men.
Who comes to save these women when they call the police? Okay. Dudes. Mostly men. Mostly men. That's the interesting part. Who comes when their houses burn? Men. Who comes when their sink is like when there's water coming out of like some pipes? Mostly dudes.
I'm sorry, but it is very weird that a grown-ass man does not know how to do laundry. Apparently, he's not even the only one.
All right, Drew.
The funny part is I do know how to do the laundry. I know how to use the manly men. True. Though I don't necessarily think that a manly man needs to you know, be in the police or a firefighter, right? I think it's much more what a man does in general, how he carries himself, that makes him manly. Who comes to take the trash away? It's mostly men. Fun fact: if you get a job like this here, right? They don't even pay that bad because they know it's a job that is necessary for the infrastructure. To be fair, most of the stuff that is created by men and maintained. That's just how it is.
Well, this is a trick question because I have not done anything around the house for 40 years.
Ben, you answered dishes. Mrs. Shapiro said, "I'm not sure Ben knows how to do laundry, so I'll go with the dishes."
Ben, your wife is a whole-ass doctor and you don't know how to work a laundry machine? What? Now, although I have a more socially libertarian outlook on this than they do, I do actually agree that one parent staying in the home with the kids is the best thing for a family. But my mom stayed home for a while, and then they switched, and my dad stayed home for a while. And to this day, I have a great bond with both of my parents, and I wonder if that is part of the reason why.
I actually agree with the idea of switching. But in order for that to be feasible, women would need to choose a job that pay better. Or there needs to be some financial support that is possible. Because right now, most of the time that's not really possible.
I was lucky, and I wish everyone could be that lucky. Being a stay-at-home parent is a job, and honestly, it should pay like a job. I can't think of a more important role in society than raising the future generation. In fact, this is a major reason of why I consider myself a socialist. I believe culture can trickle down from economics, and I believe certain policies that people like Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro might disagree with, could make it possible to get back to that time where people can raise a family on one income. If someone is able to live that traditional lifestyle, they are extremely privileged to do so. Cause let's face it, men are f***ing broke nowadays. There have been several articles about how women are single because they can't find a man who makes more money than they do. Because no matter what women f***ing say, they want a provider. Women hate the wage.
Yeah. Women hate the wage gap, but they need it to find the mate. That's the duality of woman.
Gap until a motherfucker asks to split the bill. They want someone who can take care of them and take care of their children. Most men can't fucking do that. They can barely afford to take care of themselves. It is nearly impossible to take care of a family on one income in America today. But why? Some people say it's because of
I can say as a German guy, this is not possible here either. It's not possible. It's not feasible. It doesn't work.
capitalism. Other people say it's because of feminism. And some really insane people will say it's a little bit of both. The thing is, feminism has completely failed women.
So I'm gonna say, am I also insane in this case? Because I also believe it's both. Huh.
To be more precise, lean in, pink pussy hat, girl boss, neoliberal feminism has completely failed women. Whew. Women aren't fulfilled. Men, for that matter, are not fulfilled. Everyone's depressed, lonely, overworked, atomized, and many people, men and women, are longing for a time that probably will never exist. A time that will probably never come back. A time of economic security, economic growth, community, strong unions, higher wages.
Remember the time when you were able to get a job and you knew you're gonna work at that same job for the next 30 to 40 years? You just need to work even harder like a real man. Turn into the absolute alpha male workaholic there is.
Affordable housing, racism, lobotomies, back when they put real cocaine in Coca-Cola. Put the cocaine back in Coca-Cola, you cowards. Sorry.
That would probably ease some people's pain out there.
Scratch those last two things. You get what I mean, though. When I look at videos like this, I don't see a fetish. I don't see white supremacy. I see escapism from neoliberal hell world. And more importantly, I see someone doing what they want to do and not hurting anyone. There's nothing wrong with choosing to work for your family who loves you instead of a boss who hates you. There's nothing wrong with dedicating your life to something bigger than your next Amazon purchase. In conclusion, leave the TikTok TradWifes alone. If you like this video,
we need to yandere shoe on head in every video.
Please consider subscribing and donating to my Patreon, link down below. We're doing Discord movie nights together every month, and it's a whole lot of fun. So I would love to see you there.
Interesting, interesting. That'll be the end of the video, though. Interesting that, the TradWives were getting their ass beat like this by, other women. That's very interesting.